been brewing, even though y'all have done well the previous 3 games, there was the issue setting the edge and some missed tackles coming before that, before tonight.
Saw some of those same things that's hurt us, and so it's my job to get it better. I didn't do it.
Is Louisville doing anything different defensively than what you saw on film?
Nope.
What would you attribute the offensive struggles to in the second and third quarter?
Penalties, misplays, miss block or two. We had a couple of missed blocks up front. We had one on the outside that put us behind the chains, and that's really it. Just not a lot of rhythm. That's really the biggest thing.
I guess what might get lost in the shuffle is that Phil was really awesome tonight.
Yeah, man, he's just a workhorse. I don't know what he ended up with, but he was what Phil have. He rushed for 170 yards. He's just a workhorse. Just an amazing competitor. Again, I had to look again. We had 31 first downs. 101 plays. So again, that's a credit to our guys. Competing and not quitting, and then they went to a lot of too high stuff once they got the lead, and so you have to be able to run the ball some, and we were able to create some big plays there. But Phil's a great competitor, and again, that's the biggest thing that probably bothers me more than anything is just hurt for Phil and Marcus Tate and Brenny, Page and Barrett Carter, RJ, guys that I know. Man, they take so much pride in this program and what we do, and you just never want to see them. You just want to be able to see them, win every game. And it didn't go our way tonight, but Maffa certainly did his part.
What goes into preparing for some of that cut blocking we saw with those guys tonight?
It's practice. You play with your hands. You got to get up. They run a lot of stretch, and you got to set the point on the edge, and then they run the stretch and create cutback opportunities. They caught us over pursuing on the reverse, and then we didn't get off a block downfield to go rally and get the tackle. But they just outplayed us. They outcoached us. That's really that's what it comes down to. There's a lot that goes into it. Again, you got to set the edge. You got to turn the ball back. You've got to keep your pursuit coming. You got to understand they're going to try to cut you and cut the defense in half right there. You got to play with your hands. That's just a part of football. That's basic stuff that we work on all the time, and we didn't do a good job with it tonight.
When you're down 19, you score. There's a thought to go for 2 on that. So you're down, I think, 11 at that point, and you could get a touchdown, 2-point conversion, field goal, and 2 possessions.
Yeah, anything can happen. I think we cut it to 12. I think. Yeah, anything can happen. And we thought we got the onside. I don't know what they saw. We thought we had it, but I guess they saw something different. But that's hard. A lot's got to go your way, but you keep biting, you keep battling. I've been a part of games like that. We won one at LSU that way one year. I think we were down 12 with about, minute 50 to play or something like that, and that's what happened. We hit a big play, touchdown, got the onside, went and won the game. So you just keep competing. You never know what's going to happen. But obviously that didn't go our way, but then we give up a huge run. I don't even know if we touched the guy. So it's disappointing. You got a fighting chance if you can turn it over, get it out, get a stop. But we didn't get that done.
Do you consider going for 2?
We checked. We did, and we talked about it, and all of our charts said go for 1 right there, and that's what we did. But we certainly checked and triple checked and talked it out. On all of our people on both sides that those are decisions we kind of all make sure we're all on the same page on.
Did it feel like the rest of the defensive line maybe deflated a little bit when Peter left the game?
You can't worry about that. Everybody you got to play. It was a tough loss for us for sure, but I mean, that's no excuse. We ain't got no excuses. It's my job to have them ready to play and get it done.
I just didn't know if you saw their level of play go down.
I didn't think they played well, but again, I'm not going to blame the player. It's on us. It's on me as a coach. Simple as that. If it did change, then again, that's coaching.
You know, he extended his injury, and I think.
No, I don't.
What about K Park got banged up too?
Yeah, I don't know.
You mentioned that you thought you guys recovered the onside kick. Then the fans kind of seen it through objects on the field, I guess. What was your reaction to seeing that take place?
Like I said, we thought we had it, but, I don't know. I guess they saw something different. We thought we had possession of the ball under his arm, on the ground, and, it's the play's over. But I guess they saw something different in Charlotte or wherever they look at the reviews.
Fourth quarter down 3 scores, were you pleased with the sense of urgency that the offense was playing with? If you maybe
Yeah, we could have been a little faster. There were a couple of moments that we needed to be a little quicker. One time or two we needed to get out of bounds. We didn't get out of bounds. But definitely that was something else too that we needed to, be a little better with getting the ball snapped a couple times quicker than what we did.
I guess how much of a momentum shifter do you feel like the blocked kick was at the end of the first half?
It was huge. It was a huge. I mean, you're talking, what was it, 10 to 7. I mean, you got a chance. And again, we missed a big play. We don't get it. A chance to score a touchdown. And so now we're going to make the kick and we get the block. And, now they get a touchdown off of that. That to me was huge swing in the game. To go, worst case, you go down 13 to 7, worst case. But, that was definitely one of the critical plays in the game.
Do you have any
They made all the critical plays. We didn't make any.
Dabo, he's sharing with us how angry and upset he was after this game, but then also kind of listing off everything he's going to do this week to make sure that he's his best on Saturday. Is that a work ethic and mentality he created here, or did you already see that in him when you were recruiting him?
I'd say a little bit of both. I mean, he's certainly been growing and maturing since he got here, but he came in here as a relentless competitor. I can tell you that. He's, just from everything I've known about him, he's always been a winner and a relentless competitor. And that certainly that's been just fueled since he's been here. And he's a leader, he's a leader. Leaders lead. And, leaders take ownership of what you got to do to get better. And, again, it's college football. I mean, I wish I could say, go your way every single time and you're going to win every game, and that's what we strive for and that's what we expect. But when it doesn't go your way, I mean, it's football. You gotta take ownership and you go back to work. That's what we do. We got to try to find a way to win next week, and you just go from there. You put everything you got in. Every game is a season of its own. That's how we look at it. And you can't carry anything over, good or bad. You've got to find it's new. And this one is over, and there's certainly so much disappointment in it. But, again, I give all the credit to Louisville and Coach Brom and his staff. They flat out got it done. And this is not an easy place to win. We got the best winning percentage at home, I think, in college football coming until tonight. And they walked in here, and they freaking kicked our tails all over the field. So all you can do is own that, go back to work.
Coach, with the last two conference games on the road, tough venues in Blacksburg and Pittsburgh, what do you expect for the upcoming week going to Lane next Saturday with that kind of environment and just the mindset for the team going?
Yeah, you better show up Monday ready to work. I mean, you better get your eyes forward quick. I mean, they're not going to care about what happened here on Saturday night. They ain't going to care. I think they think they got beat today. They got beat in overtime or something. They ain't going to care about that either. They're going to care about Saturday night or whenever. I don't even know when we play. They're going to care about beating the Tigers, and that's as they should, and that's all we need to worry about. We need to worry about, trying to have a good week of practice, learn from it. I mean, there's obviously a lot of soul searching that's got to be done when you have just a horrible performance the way we had. Again, I don't want to take anything away from Louisville. I think you give them a ton of credit. They earned it. They deserved it in every facet, from coaching, playing, you name it. But we've got to take ownership and get back to work and just try to go win the next game. It ain't gonna be easy. If that's what you're asking. That ain't no easy place to play, and they're gonna the way Louisville just ran the ball on us. They'll have a lot to be excited about when they watch that tape.
You keep coming back to the run defenses. Do you think it's more player execution? Is it the calls? What do you think the issue is?
I mean, I just think they just were better than us tonight in every facet: coaching, playing, fundamentals, effort, all across the board. And again, it starts. It's coaching. I mean, when people can run the ball on you like that, that's on the head coach. That's goes back to my whole life in the game of football.
What was your assessment of the pass protection tonight?
Of the what?
Pass protection.
Okay, solid. Got better as the game went. We had two. I think they had 2 sacks. One of them was not real good, but that was another disappointment. I don't think we sacked them once. I don't think we had 1 sack. So we came into the game knowing that we really needed to affect them, and we did not. We did not affect him enough. But again, as I told y'all going into the game, they throw the ball, set up the pass, but you better stop the run. You better stop the run, and we didn't do that.
You guys have lost after an open week 3 years in a row now. Is there any common thread you think about?
We've also won after an open week.
True, yeah.
So good teams. I don't know. Teams beat you. It's college football.
Felt like the bye week maybe took away some of the momentum.
I don't make no excuses. There's no excuses. None. No excuses. They ain't got nothing to do with it. Just flat out got my butt out coached tonight. They ain't got nothing to do with it.
Were they playing a little softer early defensively than y'all might have anticipated?
No. I mean, they did what we expected. Played a lot of cover 1 early. Went into some 2 safety stuff as the game kind of evolved a little bit, but just behind the chains early. A key missed block that put us behind the chains. A couple drives, and just didn't execute like we needed to early. Again, we kind of got it going, but it was just a little too late because again, especially when you're not maybe in rhythm, you got to get some stops to kind of keep the game in check, and we couldn't get the stops. But eventually we were able to move the ball some. We just didn't finish. I mean, the field goals were critical. I mean, you got to get points, and we didn't do it. They got points when they kicked their field goals, and we didn't get that done.
Anybody else for Coach Swinney?
Offense, you said need to be quicker. Why do you think it wasn't? What was that?
Just didn't get the calls in there. Didn't have quite the urgency that we needed. Just personnel, you name it. I mean, across the board. I mean, at times it was good, but there was just a few times where, we were trying to get the right call, and it's a lot of points that you're trying to make up, and we still needed to run the ball a little bit, and so we're trying to get the right personnel in the game a couple times, and a lot of plays, subbing a few guys. But we, again, there were at times we were good, but there were other times we'd like to be quicker in that situation.
Sorry, the player who went down at midfield. I know you were checking on him and stuff. You able to hear anything about that or?
Their player?
Yes, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I think they're just trying to be very. I'll let them speak on that, but I think they were taking a lot of precautions. Hopefully, he's okay. I think it's just just, I think they put him in a neck thing, just trying to make sure that everything was gonna check out okay, so hopefully he will be.
Anyone else for Coach? All right, thank you, Coach.
All right.
Thanks.